Tools to assemble your glider: a 7/16 wrench, 7/16 socket or an adjustable wrench, a small hammer, and a hex key which is provided. A cordless driver set to low torque can speed assembly. Bowls to hold the hardware are helpful. Choose a clean, well-lit location to assemble your glider. Be sure the surface is non-abrasive to protect the finish of the glider during assembly. Open the box and unwrap all the large components. Do not open the hardware until it is needed for assembly. All hardware is drawn to actual size on the hardware list page of the instructions. Place the hardware on the drawing to confirm you are using the correct part for each step. If anything is missing or damaged, please call our customer service department at 800-800-4950, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Time. English, Spanish, and French are supported. Step 1A. Use the hardware from the blister card and hardware bag PP 4400. Attach the front and back braces to the left and right base tubes using 20 mm long hex head bolts. At the end of the assembly, tighten the hardware completely. Step 1B. Attach the bearing straps to the outside of the assembled base using 58 mm long hex head bolts, plastic spacers, and lock nuts. To ensure proper orientation of the bearing straps, the ribs on the bearing straps should face out and the small hole should be at the bottom. Tighten the hardware. Set the assembled base aside. Step 2. Use hardware from the blister card and from parts bags P4400 and IB4402. Assemble these components but do not tighten the hardware until the end of Step 3. Attach the wooden armrest to the arms using 52 mm bolts and hex head nuts. Tap the bolt head lightly with a small hammer to set it into the hole. Attach the seat brace to the arms using 20 mm hex head bolts. Attach the seat supports to the arms using 40 mm hex head bolts and the square plastic spacers. Insert the back two bolts first, then insert the front bolt. The spacers should saddle the round tube. Step 3. Use hardware from bags IB4401 and IB4402. Attach the shaped top board to the assembled seat frame and center seat support using 39 mm bolts and acorn nuts. Tap the bolt head lightly with a small hammer to set it into the hole. Attach a slat to the front of the seat frame using 39 mm bolts and hex nuts. Attach the remaining 13 slats to the seat frame. Use hex nuts underneath the seat and acorn nuts on the seat back. Square up the seat frame and tighten all the hardware. A cordless driver with a 7/16" socket can be helpful. Set the driver to low torque. Do not over-tighten the slat bolts. Hardware should be tight, but the wood should not be crushed by the bolt head. Step 4. Attach the assembled seat to the base using 60 mm hex head bolts, plastic spacers, and lock nuts. The front of the seat should face the U-shaped base support. Fully tighten the hardware. Enjoy your glider. See the use and care page for instructions and information on how to maintain your